Sup ninjas, it's Poir and welcome to my first bow build video for Sunbreak. I know, bow chads.
Kept you waiting, huh?
It's been a while, but today we got some juicy builds to take on the final bosses of Rise. So Giasma, Allmother, and Ibushi, who are all coincidentally weakest to Dragon, which means a Dragon Pierce build to take them all on. Yay! I'm gonna have budget options and PC versions, but only the budget versions will be pre-Master Rank 100. I'm also gonna have Dereliction versions and non-Dereliction versions. The differences are actually not as huge as I thought, but it's bow, so you do have to spend like half your kit on stamina management and bow things, so I guess that explains the small difference. For the bow used in all the builds today, it'll be Banabra's Dragon Bow. I've tested nearly all the Pierce options. I've seen speedruns using Zinogre, which technically does do better damage to Giasma, since it has power coatings, which got me over 120 hit procs. But since neither Narwa or Ibushi are weak to thunder really, I figured this bow would be the best for all three, since Pierce is kinda weak right now against the current endgame monsters aside these big boys, so maybe save you from wasting mats on Zinogre. But for the Rampage deco, you want the anti-dragon one. One new thing regarding bow, while its new switch skills are lackluster to say the least, and skill swap barely does anything for bow, it did get bolt boost for Sunbreak. This gives arrows a sizable damage increase when in super close range, over 12%, which in Giasma's case, at least solo, is kinda easy to manage with the para and KOs who get into fight. But as you can see, the icon reticle changes when you're close, but you do have to be super close, so while you can get it off reliably on Giasma and Ibushi, do not run this against Allmother Narwa. You'll seldom get a chance to be that close, so Herculean draw is more reliable. But that does last way shorter, and upkeeping both is a hassle with bugs, and with Dereliction, you don't want to be swapping at all, so I would pick Bolt Boost for Giasma and Ibushi, and Herculean for Narwa. Ballistics does help extend the range a bit, and I will have a multiplayer ballistic build anyways, but that is an option as well to further make use of that 12% damage boost. For pets, you're going to want a Rousing Roar Cat and Doge solo, but Cat for multiplayer. 30% from Roar is great to get 100% crit with Wex, and throw on Go Fight Win for more stamina regen, as well as Power Drum and you're set. Maybe get similar skills to this with a para weapon, since Sleep is kinda useless against Giasma. For Doge, kinda my usual silkbind ranged attack setup, put a para weapon on it and you should get around 3 to 4 paras a hunt against Giasma and Ibushi alongside your para coatings. Food, very important for bow. This is the setup you should run. With Fighter on first slot and level 4 with Hopping Skewers on, you only need Constitution 2 at most to reach the cap with everything up, but I swear this thing never activates even at 70% chance. Maybe it's bad luck, but I just bumped Cons to 3 and put it as the second option for the budget options for more consistency. But for the sweaty builds with Cons 2, then you'll want the level 4 Fighter and RNG or Dango order. If you fail to get it, do the Arena Shuffle method to die and come back so the Dango chances get randomized. Now for the run itself, I got a sub 5 Ibushi and a sub 5 Giasma. Narwa can kick rock solo, but here's how you should start the fight. With Fellvine, then drink your juice, and apply your buffs. Red Scroll gives the most damage for me, at least on my max Dereliction setup, so you want that elemental gain from red rather than the attack from blue, since you're also just getting attack from Hell Mel as well. Once you're in arena, you can wire bug immediately to gain some ground forward, and then always lead the fight with a dodge bolt to proc Blade Scale Hone, and then you can pair a Giasma, which usually leads to a KO shortly after. Before getting into the builds, there's one move that consistently kills my Dereliction runs. It's this clap. I don't know how to dodge it. I don't know if it's multi-hit, but Dodge Bolt doesn't seem to dodge it, at least on my skill level. You can't aerial aim above it, and the Volt Silkbind doesn't get you out of range, so be careful in between attacking after a knockdown or something. If you're too close, it'll basically kill you unless you're near full health. One potential counter is switching scrolls to blue so the Curie will heal you up, but other than that, I don't know. if he doesn't, I die. Anyways, here's the budget, no dereliction version. By the time you can make this, you should unlock all the necessary decos to put this together. I think you need some early anomaly parts for the Mighty Bow deco, but that's about it. This is using a 3-2-1 charm. You get full X, crit boost, stamina surge, coalescent 3, max dragon attack, reload 2 so you can equip arrow coatings automatically when switching between them, bloodlust which gives you 10 raw with frenzy and sapping your health, and then 20% affinity when you overcome it, which then procs coalescent for 18 attack and some elemental boost, blade scale hone which affects dodge bolt and has a 50% chance to give your close range coatings similar output to power coatings when you perfect dodge with dodge bolt, and it's definitely a must have for non-power coat weapons. And lastly, Mighty Bow Plus, of course, to get the final charge level for the bow. Overall, not too shabby for a generic 3-2-1 talisman. You will have to sacrifice one dragon for flinch free, however, if you want to do multiplayer with this. Now, I don't think Dereliction is worth it on budget, but I guess if you're on Switch and you want to speedrun, you can get a slightly faster time when all 3 bats are up, I suppose. So here is the budget Dereliction version. It does use Hellmail, but if you're using this set, I mean, you probably should be Master Rank 100 anyways. When your Red Scroll and Adrenaline kick in, it should deal some nice damage. So those are the budget options, and well, the only pre-Master Rank 100 builds. Now, here are the max PC versions, with God Charms that we can make in a matter of seconds, but first, the no dereliction version. This gets attack 6 to compensate, so actually pretty comparable damage-wise, but again, because you can't really reach adrenaline point without purposefully getting hit, it's harder to output the same damage. And then the rest of the skills are similar to what was already shown. Pretty much the meta is going to be Bloodlust plus Hellmail plus Coalescence for non-dereliction setups for most weapon cases. And in Bow's case, Blade Scale Hone as well. Although, you do take more damage from less defense, but as a bow user, you shouldn't be getting hit too often with dodge bolt, so not too risky an add-on. Now, here is the God Dereliction version. Pretty much what you've seen played in the background. I didn't run calcs, but from the various setups I tried, this produced the most damage, and yeah, don't take this to multiplayer. But again, when in a pinch, you can just swap scrolls to gain life back from the bats. Otherwise, sheathe the bow and Superman dive anything you're not confident in dodging. I'd recommend this only for the pros. It's a get good or get dead build. And lastly, the multiplayer centric build, basically the HP build, but with
ballistics too.
How rude!
Yep, ballistics will help hit Giasma Opening from the side when it's focused on someone else. And as said before, ballistics extends your critical range for bolt boost too, so that's a nice bonus. I do remove Blade Scale Hone for this because you can't rely on countering and keeping it up, and you probably want a similar setup to this for other shot type builds as well for multiplayer. And I guess if you were curious of the Zinogre build for Giasma, here it is. It gets a smidge more damage due to the extra level 2 slot, and obviously you get damage from power coatings, the God version. So that's my final boss slaying Dragonator build. Whenever I need to farm Narwhal Giasma Opening for weapons, this is my setup. So hope you guys enjoy more bow builds in the future. So if you're excited for that, leave a like, comment down below for the algorithm's sake. What do you guys think of Bow and Sunbreak? And what bows are you using currently? Let me know. And if you don't want to miss future videos, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more Sunbreak epicness.